Cowabunga! What's up guys, Sean here with B3, and in this video we're going to go over how to make your own mini busts of everyone's favorite 4 meanest, greenest fighting machinists. That's not exactly how it goes, but you get where I was going with that. So anyways, why mini busts, one might ask? Because they're adorable. They use less pieces and, well, they're fun. So, who should we start with first? It's gotta be the leader, Leonardo. Sorry, Raph. So I'm just gonna come out and say it, he's my favorite. He's pretty much the awesomest. Got his 2 swords. Fun fact number 1, they're not katanas, they're ninjato. Basically a little bit shorter than a katana and straight edge blades. Anyway, here are the pieces you're gonna need. This is gonna be similar across all of them. I get it, I know. But you know what? Don't strip them down of their individuality. Just because I switched some pieces like the blue ones to orange and yellow and red, or not yellow, that'd be cool. But you get it. Just, you know, follow along if you want. So I'm going to start over here with the pieces on the left, the dark gray ones. This is going to form our mini base. This is going to sort of be our setup for 4 turtles as we build them. So here's building the mini base. Man, Butterfingers, I can build with my 10 thumbs. Again, goodness. Cool, so we finished our first base. Now time to move on to the next part. So next we're going to use this Mixel's ball socket joint piece and assemble the torso. Trying to assemble this first one a little bit slower, and I'll speed up on the other ones just so you know once we get the picture. And naturally these shoulder wrappings will change color. I like how they flush up with that wedge plate, but as they change color, you know, just note that for, you know, future builds. Just drop your chest piece. Alright, so I guess it's time for the shell piece. And obviously have fun with it. You know, if you want to put some swords on there, that'd be cool, or a big bow staff. But, you know, I just want to keep it simple for this video. Let's start on the face. Little turtle nose together. Now, most of the busts use these headlight bricks, but on some of them, I also like how the toe of that headlight brick lines perfectly up the bracket. It's some Lego math, lots of fun stuff. Anyway, but other than Donatello, you can use headlight bricks. Purple 1x1 snot bricks are what you're going to need for him. You'll see that later. And we'll use sort of the angry eyes, or at least the furrowed expression, unless I drop him. But, you know, he has that sort of stern, I'm burdened with the eyes of a leader. And lastly, his head plate. And if Lego made 2x2 round green tiles without a hull, then we'd use that. But for now, we're going to pretend that the big gaping hole in his head is on purpose. Maybe you can fill that with a 1x1 round, but I kind of just like there. Anyway, lastly, we'll do his little hair cast. Oh, not down. It's in the way of those studs. So up, like he's flourishing in combat. Cool. Well, to undecapitate him, let's stick him on. And we've completed our first bust. Here's a 360, and we'll move on to the next guy. Next up, we've got Michelangelo. He's pretty awesome. Eating pizza, skateboarding. I mean, they all do that, but he does it, like, extra. He does everything extra. He's great. Anyway, here's the pieces you're going to need. Note, clearly the top row, orange. Here's the piece for the base. We'll start there. And then I also like that we can switch back to normal Mixel eyes. Look at there. He's not going to have a furrowed brow and none of this angry eye stuff. He's just wild-eyed and fun. Like, whoa! If not confused at many times. So, just normal Mixel googly eyes are perfect for that. And there we have base number 2 of our second turtle. So let's start on the torso again. I like just leaving his eyes there on the table while we build everything. Put his head last. It's just kind of like staring at you from the piece of paper. Like, come on, hurry up, man, hurry up. Alright, we've got his torso. Sweet. We can move on to the brains of the operation, which is definitely not Michelangelo, but we can put his head together. And putting these eyes on is always fun. You can stick them facing in all kinds of different directions if he's really going bonkers or anything, but I just have him doing. Oh, the mouth changes on this guy, right? His mouth is always like, wah, and he's doing crazy stuff. So I'm just using the 2x1 plates on the bottom instead of sort of the side snicker that Leonardo had. And then we're going to have that pulse shifting. But here is Michelangelo. And Raphael, it's about time for him. He's got the same sort of wide grin, but angry eyes. A little bit of both Leonardo and Michelangelo mixed together. Here's the pieces you're going to need, and we'll, just like the last two, start with the base first. So let's put that together, and we'll complete our third turtle. And now we've completed our third base, moving on to the third torso, and then Raphael's head. Now, this 2x2 tile here, the round one with the stud in the middle, that can really be any color you want, so don't stress if you don't have a brown one. If you've got like a dark gray one. Those are really common. So try that, or maybe white. But yeah, all right, let's move on to his head. Give him some angsty, angry eyes. He's always brooding. He's always complaining about something. Anyway, he's got some heart, but you know, seems like he has some authority issues sometimes. So, but then again, when it's your brother, who can blame you? That's tough stuff. Anyway, so we're gonna give him a nice big grimace as well. After I put these sort of headband tassels on, we're gonna use the same mouth that we did with Michelangelo, except it's gonna have sort of a different aura to it. He's just got that big wide like instead of like Michelangelo was like wow. This is like a and there we've got Raphael. And that was a very scientific explanation about the grimaces versus the mouths, and Donatello would agree. So speaking of science and Donatello, here are the pieces we'll need for him. Hey, you just finished your final base. Moving on to the final torso. Oops, I left that 2x2 round dial in there, modified one, so note that you still need one of those pieces. Just like the other three, I just didn't have it showing when I said these are the pieces you need. Anyway, you get it. So yeah, we finished the torso. We can move on to the actual brains of the operation, Donatello's head. He's going back to the Leonardo sort of grimace with the bottom L, 3-studded plate there, and the 1x1 white plate. That sort of just gives him the kind of thinking sort of look with his little teeth and the normal Mixel eyes. So we would just try to switch them around so they each have their different personalities. And note that these guys are not, the 1x1 purple snot bricks are not headlight pieces. I don't have any of those. I don't know that anybody has any of those. So you got to use these. And that just makes his head slightly different, maybe a little bigger actually than the other turtles, which almost makes sense. So sticking this on there, we've finished our 4th turtle. So there we've got our 4 mini busts of Teenage Mutant Ninja awesomeness, spawning to life in mini Lego form. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time, and until then, cowabunga! Nope, I didn't really do that right. Let me try again. Cowabunga!